Imagine being underwater when something the size of a school bus swims past, snapping up anything in its path. That was the reality for prehistoric sea creatures sharing space with Mosasaurus, a massive marine reptilian predator that ruled the seas during the late Cretaceous period. This thing wasn't just big, it was brutal. Picture a scaled-up monitor lizard armed to the teeth with jagged snappers. Now imagine it's swimming right at you. Terrifying, right? But here's what nobody tells you. Mosasaurus had a jaw so wide and full of sharp fangs that even contemporary marine predators would think twice before getting too close. You need to hear this. When you see images of Mosasaurus in documentaries or museums, the sheer scale is often downplayed. It's like showing a lion as a house cat, completely misleading. As one of the largest marine reptiles, Mosasaurus truly was a giant in its world, reaching lengths up to 17 meters and weighing around 20 tons, rivaling modern sperm whales in size. Nothing else in the seas during the late Cretaceous approached this level of menace. Mosasaurus was the apex predator in the late Cretaceous seas about 70 million years ago. Its success wasn't just due to its size, its body was built for destruction. Those flippers weren't just for swimming, they were powerful limbs capable of tearing prey apart with a single swipe. And those jaws. They could snap down on anything within reach, crushing bone like twigs thanks to hundreds of sharp conical teeth. And here's where things get really crazy. Scientists once thought Mosasaurus was only active near the surface. But recent discoveries reveal it could dive deeper than many other marine reptiles, hunting in dark, pressure-filled depths that were challenging for most contemporaries. You're talking about an animal that wasn't just fast and strong. It had the endurance to hunt across various oceanic environments, making it a versatile predator. Can you imagine? Can you actually picture a Mosasaurus cruising through the ocean depths, its powerful tail propelling it forward while those massive jaws are open wide, waiting for anything unlucky enough to cross its path? And then everything scientists thought they knew fell apart. New evidence suggests that Mosasaurus could hunt in deep waters and had the formidable ability to crush through the shells of large prey with ease. It wasn't just about catching prey, it was about breaking them open like a nutcracker. Imagine being a prehistoric marine creature, knowing there's no place to hide from this monster. Mosasaurus, reign at the top of the marine food chain, is nothing short of a nightmare for everything else in the ocean. But here's where things get even scarier. Its extinction came not because it was outmatched by something stronger, but because rapid environmental changes spelled doom for this apex predator that had been perfectly adapted to earlier conditions. Climate shifts and sea level changes disrupted the ecosystems Mosasaurus depended on, leading to its decline and eventual disappearance. Think about this, Mosasaurus didn't die off because it lost a battle. Instead, its world shifted beneath its feet. As oceanic conditions became less stable during the Cretaceous-Paleogene event, Mosasaurus faced an increasingly inhospitable environment with fewer safe places to hunt and breed. One day they ruled the seas supreme, and in the next moment, extinction loomed large on the horizon. This thing wasn't just big, it was an absolute monster. But even monsters have their limits in a world that changes faster than they can adapt. And here's where we need to remember something chilling. Mosasaurus didn't just go extinct, it vanished without leaving much of a trace, almost as if it was swallowed by the deep sea itself, marking its sudden disappearance at the end of the late Cretaceous alongside many other marine giants. But there's one last thing you should know about this beast, something that will stick with you forever. In 2018, paleontologists discovered rare fossilized bite marks on marine turtle shells in Canada. Those bites, they were made by the massive Mosasaur tylosaurus. No other creature could have left such deep, clean punctures. It's like finding the signature of a long-dead serial killer. And so here's what we're left with. Imagine being underwater when something this monstrous is lurking nearby. You can't escape it. There's nowhere safe to hide. This isn't just a story about an extinct creature. It's a reminder that nature is full of unimaginable horrors, and sometimes the biggest threats are those we don't see coming. Mosasaurus, with its massive size and powerful jaws, was one of the top predators in late Cretaceous seas, reigniting our awe for the incredible diversity and dominance of marine life during this period. What if you were one of the last creatures swimming alongside Mosasaurus, before it vanished at the end of the Cretaceous period? How would it feel knowing that this apex predator ruled the seas where you lived, with no defense against its powerful jaws and crushing bite? This is what Mosasaurus represents, an era when the ocean wasn't just vast and deep, it was filled with unimaginable terror. It's hard to look back at prehistoric times without shuddering a little bit. Because somewhere out there in those ancient seas, there lived a predator that could make your nightmares feel like nothing. Mosasaurus dominated the western interior seaway during the late Cretaceous period, till 72-66 million years ago, growing up to 18 meters long and wielding powerful jaws lined with hundreds of sharp teeth. And now you understand why Mosasaurus is more than just another extinct marine reptile. It's a reminder of the incredible apex predators that ruled ancient seas. You can't unsee this, you can't forget it once you know. What was lost when such a formidable hunter vanished forever? But that's not all. The true terror of Mosasaurus lies in what it reveals about the adaptability and power of life on Earth. If nature is capable of producing such a devastatingly powerful marine apex predator, how do we ensure our own safety as we continue to explore and understand the world around us? How do we protect ourselves from the next great creature lurking just beneath the surface? And with that thought, you're left to ponder, are we truly free from such awe-inspiring creatures in the present day? Or might there be new wonders waiting to be discovered, hidden beneath our oceans and waiting to reveal their secrets at any moment? Because let's face it, nature doesn't play fair. And Mosasaurus is a stark reminder of just how unforgiving the rules can be in the oceanic world. It dominated during the late Cretaceous period, till 72-66 MYA. So when you think about extinct creatures like Mosasaurus, remember this. Some threats are so ancient and so awe-inspiring that they leave an indelible mark on your mind, one that makes you question everything around you. That's what makes Mosasaurus more than a story. It's a haunting legacy of prehistoric grandeur. And the real fear isn't just about what happened millions of years ago. It's about understanding that similar ecological changes could occur again in ways we can't even begin to imagine. Because when nature undergoes drastic transformations, there's no telling where or how these shifts might impact life on Earth next. So now you know. Mosasaurus wasn't just an apex predator. It was a symbol of ancient terror that still has the power to unsettle us today. And that's why this extinct creature remains one of the most chilling reminders of our planet's primal past and its unpredictable future. Imagine diving into the ocean during the late Cretaceous period. The water is cold and murky, with sunlight barely piercing through the depths. Suddenly, a massive shadow looms over you, a Mosasaurus, its body stretching up to 50 feet, looming like an underwater nightmare. Those powerful jaws lined with hundreds of sharp teeth could crush prey in seconds. But what's even more terrifying is how little we know about these creatures. Sure, we have fossils and bits of skeletal evidence, but when you think about it, the ocean was their playground, and they're long gone now. We can't study them as closely as we would land animals or other marine life that still exists today. Unlike terrestrial dinosaurs whose fossil remains are often found in sedimentary rock layers formed on land, mosasaur fossils are predominantly discovered in offshore deposits, offering a limited snapshot of their marine lifestyle and behavior. And then there's the sheer bulk of Mosasaurus. These weren't just big, they were massive, weighing around 15 tons, comparable to a school bus filled with students and teachers. Their enormous bodies required an immense amount of food, making them apex predators that dominated ancient seas, where they likely feasted on fish, ammonites, and even smaller marine reptiles. Mosasaurus wasn't just a predator, it was an ecosystem engineer. Picture schools of fish fleeing in terror as this massive marine reptile approached, its powerful tail thrashing the water with enough force to send shockwaves through entire shoals. And then there were the cephalopods, squids, and ammonites that would have been no match for Mosasaurus's relentless pursuit and formidable jaws. But here's something even more mind-boggling. Recent studies suggest that Mosasaurus may have engaged in intraspecific predation, preying upon juveniles and smaller individuals of its own species. This behavior, akin to modern-day killer whales, highlights the ruthless nature of this apex predator in the Cretaceous seas. And let's not forget the sheer variety and diversity within the mosasaur family. There were dozens of species, each with unique adaptations for hunting in different marine environments. Some mosasaurs had longer snouts for catching fast-swimming prey, others developed broader bodies for powerfully propelling themselves through deeper waters, and some evolved specialized teeth for crushing shellfish and hard-bodied prey. It's like nature was conducting an evolutionary experiment to test every conceivable adaptation for survival in the Cretaceous oceans. But what really sets Mosasaurus apart is its ability to adapt and evolve rapidly over millions of years. As environmental conditions changed during the late Cretaceous period, these creatures didn't just survive, they thrived. They evolved new traits that allowed them to dominate their marine ecosystems with terrifying efficiency. It's like nature was playing a high-stakes game of survival, and Mosasaurus was the champion. And now think about this. Imagine if something akin to Mosasaurus were to evolve again in our oceans today. How would we react? Would we even recognize it as an impending threat until it was too late? That's what makes studying these ancient marine reptiles so crucial. They serve as a stark reminder of how quickly the rules of nature can shift and how little warning we might have before catastrophe strikes. So every time you see those jaws in a museum or hear about new fossil finds, take a moment to consider what it means. Mosasaurus wasn't just a creature from the past. It's a testament to the incredible diversity and adaptability of life on Earth. It reminds us that ancient seas were home to massive predators like this one, capable of dominating their ecosystems. Mosasaurus was a massive marine lizard that lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 70-66 million years ago. At up to 18 meters in length, its size and ferocity would indeed make it a formidable creature if it were to exist today. Are we prepared for such a colossal predator? It certainly would be an awe-inspiring and terrifying presence in our oceans.